Hello everybody, it's Lois Myers, an affiliate member of Empower Network, inviting you to join me on the winning team at Empower Network. I've invited you into my home here this evening so that I might talk especially to single moms. Though there might be some single dads out there who would want to participate in our little talk here this evening as well. The reason I wanted to talk with single moms especially and single dads is because I was a single parent for a long time. And I raised 2 babies on my own. And I know the heartache, the difficulties, and the just the sheer angst and the trying times that you go through. And I was so hard pressed for money. I can't even begin to tell you the fear in my life and the worries. And I can't help but think that that carried over to my children. But by the grace of the good Lord, we were able to make it and survive. And let me tell you a little bit about my story. I was caught in a very tragic situation to where I was suddenly forced to support myself and my 2 babies on my own. And I was teaching senior English back in the dark ages, making less than $8,000 a year. And I knew that that wouldn't be enough money. Even then, it would be hard to make $8,000 a year stretch. So I moved to Houston, where I had family. My father's brother's youngest daughter and I were the same ages. She was married, and they had 2 children, my 2 children's ages, which was great to have backup family support here. But I made every business contact, every friend that I had on my own efforts, and with the help of the good Lord as well. So I made the switch, which was really scary, from business, or from school education into business, in a city where I knew no one, and I knew that the job market was great here, so that's why another reason I came to Houston. And I worked my way up the ladder. I was fortunate enough to meet someone who owned a small Texas oil company and invited me to come on board with them and hired me. And they wanted me to be their real estate broker, among doing lots of other types of duties pertaining to the oil industry. And I learned so much about the oil industry and so many things about business that I was able to advance to the next level when I left that position. But I remember back then, before I worked for the oil company, struggling to even get to that position where I didn't even have enough money to put food on the table. I remember we had at one time, it was very difficult, 1 hard-boiled egg in the refrigerator, a can of tuna fish, and a little bit of bread. And I remembered eating the scraps off my children's plates. And many times I could not buy them new shoes, so they would go to school and wherever we would go in these shoes that were too small and their toes were crimped up. Well, somehow I managed to scrape up enough money and I could buy them a new pair of shoes. And it was just such a hard time that I can identify with each and every one of you single parents out there. It is not easy, especially you single moms. Because even though it's better today in business, we women have still not gotten the full recognition and full pay that I think we're deserving of. If I had known that Empower Network was available back then, I would have jumped on that right away. Pardon me, because it is the greatest thing since Halley's Comet. But going back to my story quickly, I was, after the oil company, able to secure a position for 15 years as the Gulf Coast sales manager of a national full-service marine and offshore oil supply company, a national company. Pardon me, I don't know, I'm so sorry. I guess it's the allergies here in Houston catching up with me. But I was able to afford the things the basic necessities that we needed. But after the 15 years were over and they were bought out by a Dutch company, and they did not want to keep the oil aspect of the company when they sold out, when they made the transition. And then I went into real estate. I'm a successful real estate broker with the Houston Association of Realtors. I found out when I left that company that a man doing the same thing I was in another branch was making 3 times my salary, and that it devastated me. I was angry, I was hurt, but I picked myself up and I said, there's got to be a better way someday for me. Well, thank God, I'm at the point now where I'm very secure financially. My children are grown. They live here in Houston, happily married, and I have 5 beautiful grandchildren. I am looking ahead, though. I want to leverage my time, and that means make more money in less time. And I'm building a legacy that I can teach my children how to do this too, so that they can make extra dollars. And I want to include you, invite you to do this. I want to share this and make more friends, inviting them into this business because it's a relatively new company. It's about 1.5 years old, and you can make $30,000 a month if you would make 2 basic sales a day of the basic $25 monthly memberships for 90 days straight. Blogging every day will help you to make contact with people who will want to join or get on Facebook. We show you how to do all of that once you join. And follow the 8 easy steps for Empower Network's proven viral blogging system and SEO secrets and techniques. You can do this too if you're consistent and you really apply yourself. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but if you're serious about wanting to stay home with your children if they're young, or be at home with them after they get home from school, and be able to quit your day job where you're just struggling, getting along, just making ends meet, and nothing for the luxuries like maybe sending them to private school if you're not happy with their public school, or affording some lessons, whether it's piano lessons or horseback riding lessons or music or tap lessons, whatever it is, swimming lessons or drama classes, or being able to take trips together to educate them about other places in the world. You know, Empower Network will afford you that opportunity to have that abundant life. And I want to share that with you and tell you that there are people making $30,000 a month and more in this business. Some of our top producers are making over $600,000 a month, on upwards to over $1 million a month. And it's growing exponentially. You can do this. This is a fabulous opportunity for single moms. I wish, as I said, it had been around when I was a single mom struggling to make ends meet. You can do this. So click that button below and I'll show you how easy it is to have the abundant life that you so richly deserve, and for your children's sake. God bless you. I'll see you soon.